Welcome back to New Day Northwest. Firefighters, they're often portrayed as heroes who run into danger while others run away from it, and that's the truth. But the very nature of the job can lend to higher rates of anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. The Tacoma Fire Department is shining a light on these issues in an hour-long documentary entitled The Call We Carry. We're joined now by Tacoma Fire Chief Tori Green and Battalion Chief Casey Novak. Thank you both for being here.
Absolutely.
Chief, it is very important, but I want to know why it's important to you specifically that people know the realities of what firefighters are facing.
Yeah, first and foremost, I think suicide is one of the leading causes of death for firefighters. It's probably not commonly known, just behind cancer and heart disease. And I think the reason for that is because we don't, quite frankly, talk about it.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is it creates a stigma. It makes people afraid to step forward and ask for help when they need it.
Yeah.
And so I think the more that we bring light to this and shed light on it, the more that people talk about it inside the fire service and outside of the fire service, the more likely people who need help will actually reach out and get it.
A friend of mine is a firefighter, and he says, you know, we're doing so well in the U.S. starting to talk more about mental health, but there still is this mentality of, no, you've got to be tough and strong. Is that right?
That is absolutely correct. And like I said, I think, you know, we hurt ourselves because we come off as was mentioned, you know, we're recognized as heroes and being strong. But the reality is, you know, we're just typical humans, moms, dads, you know, brothers, sisters, who see things that really no one should see.
No one should ever have to see, and you're doing this and going home to your families.
Exactly.
Casey, this whole thing started with an idea that you actually had. You wanted to do an internal video about mental health, right?
Yes, the idea was actually one of many strategies that our peer support team had come up with, and the whole concept was to promote mental health, promote awareness of our peer support team. And the idea of an internal video came up. And the initial thought was a brief 5 to 7 minute video to make it relatable, you know, see faces that we see every day, but see it in a different light, to hopefully lower that stigma and encourage people to reach out. So the idea came out of that group and was supported by the fire chief. And when we started interviewing people and asking questions, it organically turned into this hour-long documentary.
So it kind of grew from there. You just realized how much, I don't know, material you had to share and needed to be said?
Yeah, the stories began telling themselves, and really the success of the Call We Carry, the documentary, is from people being vulnerable and sharing their stories. And they're doing it to save lives of other firefighters and first responders.
Is there anything that was in this or that came out of this project that surprised you particularly?
Well, for me, I was surprised first and foremost by the fact of how open our folks were to share their stories. You know, most people tuck those away, and they knew that this was going to be something that was going to be shown, at least to the department.
Right.
And they were pretty forthcoming. I've also been surprised by the response we've gotten, not just within the fire service, but in particular from folks across all sectors of the community, saying that this movie has really helped them to reach out for help themselves.
Yeah. I will have to say, I mean, it's clear that you're proactive about this. You're sitting on this couch with me right now. We're talking about this. What sorts of resources are available for firefighters and EMTs?
Yeah, we have we have a peer support team, which is what Casey oversees, and that actually is what we consider the bedrock of our resources available to our employees. It's a program that trains firefighters to be sort of a listening ear, a trained listening ear to help people recognize if they're in need of additional professional help, and then get them connected with that resource. And then, of course, we have a chaplaincy, mental health service providers on contract. There's state and national programs that people can reach out to, specific for first responders.
I can already see this documentary being shared across social platforms by every department in the United States, which I think is great. What do you hope other emergency response agencies get from this, whether it's the Bureau of Land Management or if it's an inner city fire department? What do you hope everyone takes away from it?
Yeah, I hope more than anything, I hope we break the stigma. So I hope that what people, particularly fire departments, fire chiefs, fire departments across the nation will do is really evaluate their own culture. You know, are they an environment where people are welcome to come forward and say, hey, I need help? And then are there resources available for them? And that's true, of as you mentioned, for any sector that sees this.
I understand that it's not that anyone can watch this, right? It's on YouTube. We can find it there?
That's correct.
All right, we will be looking for it there. Thank you both for coming here, for speaking out against the stigma, against talking about these mental health issues. Once again, it's called The Call We Carry. Please check it out. And again, thank you for everything you do to keep us safe every day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well,